Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of week 1. This is going to be the information covered from June 10th through June 12th. So again, there's a lot of information to cover, and you're highly encouraged to begin as early as possible. So you have to read 2 chapters this week. So you're going to read chapters 2 and 3, and then I've included 2 additional videos for you just for additional information. These are not a requirement, just highly encouraged in order to help your development as we learn this material. You will then have 2 quizzes, chapter 2 and chapter 3, that you'll have to complete. This obviously is something that I'm going to recommend that you read chapter 2, take the quiz, and then read chapter 3 and take the quiz. That's just going to help you as you go through this information. Then your major assignment for the week is to complete this hypothesis assignment. If you have not ever completed one, we will go over it. It is a great way to really work on the same document. So it's similar to a discussion board where you'll have questions you might have to answer, but it allows you to all work on the same PDF document. And so I will, for this specific hypothesis assignment, I will give you questions or I will give you information that I want you to consider, and then you will have to go into the assignment and select what you think is the correct answer. These are all going to be very, very personal, and really it is subjective. So when you click into an area, you're going to see a list of all of the World Health Organization Sustainable Development Goals. So this is really our first look at those goals. We're going to get a lot more in depth into this when we get into our signature assignment, but this is going to be the first taste of it. So really what we're looking at is these 7 goals right here. So social justice, poverty, literacy, gender equality, reducing prejudice and discrimination, migrant and refugee health, and good governance. So what you'll need to do is create an annotation, and I will show you how to do that. And then really select which line item of the goal that you think applies to each one of these. So you're going to have one annotation per goal target area. So you'll have 7 areas here, and then you have to reply to at least 3 peers. So 10 total. So it's really important that you get all 10 of those because it's going to impact your grade. So really what you're going to do is I'll show you how to do all this, but I'm going to say it first. On the first line, name the area the goal applies to in line 1. Then you're going to tell me why you think this is the most important goal target to improve the area you picked. And then really look at what we've learned in the book as a basis for this work. It does not need to be more than a paragraph. You don't need to go into great depth. It's really just to apply what you're learning, engage in conversation, and expand your thinking on the goal health improvement. So create annotations for all 7 areas listed, and then those annotations are worth 70% of your grade because then your 3 peer posts are worth the other 30%. Okay, so what you'll do is you will click on this link. It's going to take you to a separate page, and voila, we have this PDF. Okay, so what you'll do is you'll go through, and we've got different goals. So this is the list of proposed sustainable development goal indicators. So if we remember, we have 7 areas that we need to consider. So poverty is one of those. So I should have opened this in a new tab, but I'll just go back so you can see. So we've got social justice, poverty, literacy, gender equality, reducing prejudice, discrimination, migrant, refugee health, good governance. I would recommend opening this link in a new tab so that way you have the ability to go back and look at what those different areas are. So what you're going to be responsible for is reviewing this information. It is there's 25 pages. It is a long document, but what you will want to do is review this and identify which area is going to be the most important for each of those 7 areas indicated. So if we look and think about, so for instance, poverty. So maybe I think this area is the most important for poverty. So I'm going to annotate and I'm going to say poverty. That's the first line. I would really like you to have one line which you indicate what the goal area is, and then the second line is your explanation as to why this is important. Oof, typing. Okay, so tell me why. And again, it doesn't have to be longer than a paragraph. You don't have to go incredibly in depth in this. And then you're going to post. And this is going to allow other people to post on yours as well. If you post, then it shows up. And I'm going to delete mine because then you all can create your own. Okay, so that's the first assignment. The next assignment is this ethics module. So we started the beginning of this week with taking that survey, starting the discussion of really what ethics are and what the different viewpoints, relate to and how you align. So now we're going to take a deeper look as to the different types of ethic viewpoints. So we're going to look at meta-ethics, divine command, natural law, Kant and the categorical imperatives, utilitarianism, contractionism, Aristotle and virtue ethics, and then main ethical approaches. So what you'll need to do is go over all of these different areas. And so as you can see, they're all right here. Okay. This is not due on Sunday. So you do have an additional folder. So this isn't due until the following Thursday. So that's going to be on the 16th. So as you can see, if we go all the way back up, start working through the content. So it's required by Thursday of next week. So I am not asking that you do all of it all at once because this hypothesis assignment can take quite a while, but really get started in looking at the different ethical viewpoints and the different approaches, because it will be required by the week 2A, so next Thursday. So you'll want to make sure you go through all of that. As always, let me know if you have any questions as you're going over this information and the content. Again, the first few weeks are really information heavy because as we get further into the semester and the course, you're going to take all that you've learned and really just compound that and be able to put together quality information and research. So make sure that you review each of these different components and go through each of the assignments, and let me know if you have any questions, and have a good rest of your week.